if you can believe that. Although my parents did a fine job, I just think that, for example, my parents had a full liquor cabinet in the house at all times. It wasn't locked. I could have gone there any time and, partied with my friends, but I just had no interest in it.
Interesting.
Here's something else you and I have in common. We've both been on 60 Minutes.
Oh, really? What were you on for?
I was on when I was a student at UCSB. They came to film a class that I was in, a religious studies course on the war in Vietnam. And one of my instructors, one of the teachers that year, it's this enormously popular class taught by a guy named Walter Capps, who's passed away. He became a congressman, and his wife is still a congresswoman in his old seat from Santa Barbara. And let's see, the senator from Nebraska, Bob Kerry, was a instructor the year that I was there. He was a Navy SEAL in Vietnam. And so anyway, they were filming the course, and I stood up and asked a question. It's this giant 1,500-seat classroom called Campbell Hall, and they filmed me asking the question and the response from the instructors, and so I was on for about 9 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. You were
on for about 2 minutes.
You were on for a little longer. In fact, I watched that piece. It's linked from your website, and this sort of gets us into this other side of your life, which I'm curious as to what aspect it holds for you now. It's your relationship to the porn world. LukeFord.com, which was your original website, is now a porn site, but it was originally your gossip about the porn industry site. There's now LukeFord.net, which is your site, and then Luke is Back, which is also a porn site, which is attributed to you now as well. What's the story?
In 1995, I kept getting thrown out of different acting schools, and I decided I was more suited to solitary pursuits, so I decided I needed to publish a book. And so my first thought was to write a book on how to be a good person, and I wanted to develop some of Dennis Prager's ideas into a book. So I sent him a letter, and he replied negative. So I said, maybe I'll write a history of sex in film. And that's what I did. And in my arduous research, I was left with thousands of pages of notes. And so when I bought my own computer for the first time in July 1997, I immediately put up a website with my notes. And then people started giving me stories as they were breaking, particularly an HIV outbreak in the porn industry. So I started doing regular news updates, and I said, I'm covering news, but I hear a lot of gossip too. Let's start melding some of these. And so I started finding out I could make a living by writing a daily update on the sex industry. And that led to many years, about 12 years all told, I think, writing about the sex industry.
Well, you also became very friendly with people who work in the sex industry. We should say these aren't necessarily streetwalkers. When you say the sex industry, you think of massage parlors, and we're talking about pornography, specifically video, right?
Right.
And how close did you become to that world and those people? And why are you laughing?
Well, I did. I'm laughing because I did make. I did direct one porn movie.
Oh, really?
January of 1996, I directed a porn movie called What Women Want. This was 3 years before the Mel Gibson film of the same name. So I think they ripped off my title.
Wow,
so
usually
my
goes the
story
other.
was somewhat different than
It's
his
usually
story.
the other way around, isn't it? That they take mainstream hit movies and then they they in a perverse way change the words and make it into a porn flick.
Yeah, Shaving Ryan's Private.
Exactly. Yes. Right.
Well, this one is the other way around. So I recruited Kimberly Cummings and 5 guys into a little room on like Hollywood and Vine and shot this classic porn movie. But once a philosopher, Marc, twice a pervert. I only did this once, so I only did it for philosophical reasons.
Is it good?
No, it's horrible. It's like the worst porn movie you've ever seen.
Were you good as a director?
No, I totally sucked. But it was an experience that, it gave me, a deeper appreciation for my subject.
How did you feel doing it?
I felt scared to death and a little excited, and I mean, I got to confess, it was like the greatest feeling to be able to, tell a woman to go, do certain things with, those guys over there. It's like it's such tremendous power to like tell people to have sex with each other. It's like, wow.
And the movie's still available, I assume?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Do you think, had you stuck with it, that you could have been a great porn